and welcome to We Repair. So tonight I am working on an Asus C223N Chromebook. This is a viewer request, so this does need quite a lot of work, as you will see, but it's just fallen at the right time. So today's just a bit of a demo, and then I'm going to do a follow-up video with a screen replacement and a few other bits and bobs that I know are wrong with this machine. So today we're just doing a battery replace. This is just for illustrative purposes. I'm not actually going to replace the battery in it because I don't need to. The battery is fine. So to get into this machine, first thing you need to do is open the machine up. Some of these screws are different sizes. There are short ones that will run across the front and slightly longer ones to the back. So just be aware when you're doing this, you do need to make sure that you keep everything separated out, otherwise you're going to be in for some trouble when you put it back together. If you've got a magnetic mat, I would certainly suggest using one. I have not bothered to get mine out today because this is hopefully not a long job. So again, should only take 5-10 minutes to do this. There's nothing, it's really not a complicated thing to do. So we're getting nearly there with the screws. One more. So there are a number of clips that hold this base in. You can get by the SD card and find somewhere to pry up a little bit. And that's about the only place you can really pry. So I've got ourselves a pry tool here. We're just going to see if we can get in there. Probably a plastic one would be more advisable than the metal one I am using. And it should just unclip like that. So that needed a bit of prying, but we got there in the end. So battery's obviously here. We've got 4 or 5 screws holding it in. You also need to be aware that the speaker cable is routed around the battery as well. So you need to just make sure that you remove that as part and parcel. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to slide this over to the right. And then that will allow you to disconnect your battery. And then the next thing we're going to do is unroute the speaker cable. So just untuck it. Otherwise, when you lift your battery out, your speakers are going to come with it. So simple as that. So again, we'll just unscrew these few screws that are holding this battery in position. Number 4. So when you go and put this back in, you are looking for the arrows. A couple that aren't marked, you will be screwing straight through the base into, so just be aware of that when you do it. So battery lifts up and pulls away this way. Because just take note, there are tabs that tuck in at the bottom, so when you put it back in, you need to put it in bottom first like that, otherwise it won't slot in properly. So that's the battery replacement out. As I say, I'm just showing you this for illustrative purposes. I'm not actually going to do a battery replacement on it myself now because this battery is fine. So that's it out. So put it back in, reverse of that. So you slot it into position, drop it down, and then you can tuck your cable back in here. And it should just tuck all the way around the battery quite neatly. Like so. Next thing we're going to do is get our screws back in. So again, just paying attention to where the arrows are. And 3 and 4. So that's it. So battery wise, so again, you just push it in, push it down firmly, and then slide the little catch along. So you just hold it in place. And then in terms of the base, everything should just clip back in. You will need to give it a bit of a firm push on either side. And you'll hear it click all the way around. And then what I tend to do is just work my way around a second time. Just make sure that I haven't missed any clips. And then again, doing exactly the reverse of what I've just done. So big screws towards the hinges at the back. And then working your way towards the short screws at the front. Now, if you don't do that, what will happen, and I will just show you, so if you were to put one of the longer screws at the front here, so someone else has already done this in this laptop's case, I can't even open the thing. If you don't do it, you'll get a little divotty type mark like that. I don't know if that's going to show up on camera, but it is there. It just doesn't look as nice. There's nothing wrong with it. It won't damage anything. It's just not as nice as it would be otherwise. Okay, I'm being stupid now. I'm putting the long one in the wrong place. So that's, in essence, it. It's not a big, long, complicated job. It's only a dozen or so screws. Should take you no more than about 10 minutes to do, even for a not very experienced person. You will literally just need a Phillips screwdriver and some kind of pry tool. You could forego the pry tool and do it with your fingernails if you're more, I don't know, careful, well fingernail endowed than I am. Anyway, that's about it from me. If you found the video useful, please drop me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, ask any questions you need to. If there's something you want me to do a bit of repair on or a bit of a how-to on, then I can certainly do that. But otherwise, I will have some more videos coming soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.